gone by already, but like I said, we still have plenty of summer fun for you guys to enjoy. And for our last show
Hello, Williamson County. I'm Kerri Hudson, and welcome to It's About You, an informational program about the classes, activities, and special events of the Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department. Well, we are halfway through the summer, but things certainly are not slowing down for the Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department. We're here today with Amber Morris, who's the Assistant Athletics Administrator for Williamson County Parks and Recreation. She's here to tell us about some of their summer sport activities as well as some upcoming fall programs. Amber, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
You guys have definitely had a very busy summer so far with an ongoing list of leagues, clinics, camps, and tournaments. And you don't really show any signs of slowing down in the near future. I know it's kind of funny to say this, but in just a few short weeks, you actually start all your prep work for the fall.
Absolutely.
So this just kind of snowballs into one ongoing year-round calendar for you guys. Let's talk a little bit about your summer so far. Give us kind of a recap of what you guys have been doing the first half of this summer.
Well, you know, this has been probably one of the busiest summers that we have had since I have been here, which has been about 7 years. This year we actually offered 27 summer sports camps for children. Some of those were your traditional sports, some of them were agility based, some of them were, you know, tumbling, dance, cheer, that kind of thing. And we did them all over the county. We ranged, you know, from Brentwood, Franklin, Longview. So we kind of hit all of the different areas. And we're just keep on trucking along and keep on adding more clinics, and we've got a lot more coming up the rest of the summer.
That's right, because we're just in the middle of it right now, so we still have a lot to look forward to as far as youth sport programs are concerned this summer. Let's talk about some of your remaining summer camps, because like you said, there are still quite a few. When you talk about offering 27 throughout the whole course of the summer, it's a lot of different types of camps and different types of opportunities for children to participate in a fun recreational activity. Let's start off talking about the Booker Basketball Academy. This is a program led by Karen Booker, a WNBA basketball player who's worked with the department for several years now. Tell us kind of what she's doing with this academy this summer, because she's really kind of taking a very interesting spin on offering a basketball camp.
What she's doing is she tried to kind of reduce the number of children in the classes. So there is no more than 10 children in each individual class. And what they're doing is focusing on specific skills. So I think the ones that we have that are left coming up, we still have teamwork skills, where Karen is going to work with individuals on, you know, their passing from the wing to the post, or working on setting pick and roll, those kinds of things, and just kind of bringing people together with their teamwork skills.
Yeah. When I was playing, it was a skip and a swing.
Yeah.
You skip the ball to one player and you swing it across the court.
Yeah.
And these are youth-based programs for boys and girls. The great thing about the Booker Basketball Academy is it services a wide range of kids.
Absolutely.
These programs are offered to kids in grades 1st through 12th. So really anyone any school-age child who has an interest in developing basketball skills, these camps are appropriate for you. But because it is such a large age range that encompasses this program, Karen's broken it down into individual age groups. She meets with 3rd through 6th graders from 9 to 11 a.m., then 1st through 3rd graders from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., and 7th through 12th graders from 1 to 3 p.m. So even though it's a broad range of kids that can participate in the program, there still is a lot of very individualized attention focused on individual peer groups, and you work with children your own age and developing skills appropriate for that age group.
Yep.
The other thing that's great about it is the very reasonable cost. Each of these 2-hour Booker Basketball Academy sessions is just $35. Wonderful price point for parents looking to maybe help enhance their child's development and play in the sport. And more information is available about this program by visiting our athletics website at www.wcprathletics.org. And then talking about some of the other non-traditional athletics programs, Rhythm and Spirit is our cheer, dance, and tumbling program. Has been a very successful program over the past year and a half, through its development within the department, and they really have taken off this summer as far as their camp options that they've been producing through this program. We already have had one dance camp, in June. There's one coming up very quickly in July, but then there are some additional opportunities for other types of camps through this program as well, starting with a youth tumbling camp. This is coming up the last week of July through the 1st of August. Tell us about it.
We actually kind of placed it towards the end of the summer so that parents have an opportunity to take advantage of this right kind of just before the kids are getting ready to get geared back to go back to school. But this particular tumbling class, it's a summer camp, but then we also have a fall program that will extend upon the skills.
So this might be like an introduction to some kids
absolutely.
too.
It's absolutely a great introduction to the tumbling, and it's for ages from 3 to 6. So it's still a little, the younger kids, giving them an opportunity to get out there, work on their rhythm and movement more so than anything else.
And a lot of it that comes with it, just the motor skills, the hand-eye coordination, all of those all-encompassing development opportunities. And the tumbling program's a really fun class. Like you said, it is for younger children, ages 3 to 6. For ages 2 to 5, we have the Tiny Tumblers, for 2 to 3, we have the Tiny Tumblers program. It's a Mommy and Me class where a parent is to be present. It's from 10:30 a.m. to 11:15 a.m. And then from 11:30 a.m. to 12:15, we have Balancing Babes, and that's for our slightly older preschoolers, ages 4 to 5, where a parent does have to be present in the facility during the program, but it's not an actually hands-on program.
But they're more than welcome to be hands-on if they'd be interested.
Yeah. And both of these are going to be held at the Franklin Recreation Complex. Again, it's the end of July. It's July 29th through August the 2nd. It's $45 per session. And again, just a great introduction to the full program that they'll be offering in the fall.
Absolutely.
And then the other component of Rhythm and Spirit are cheer classes. Cheer prep and things like that are really getting very popular in Williamson County. And this program just helps to start kids on that path. We're going to be doing a cheer camp for kids 5 to 6 years old. And then we also have a cheer prep class for grades 5 through 8. So for maybe the little kids who are just starting to get interested in it because they maybe have an older sibling that cheers, or they've noticed like professional cheerleaders on the sidelines when they're watching, TV with their parents or things like that, to kind of that middle school age group that may be like trying to prepare themselves for high school tryouts or something like that. There's 2 kinds of different options in these cheer classes, and if you would like more information about those cheer camps, again, visit our athletics website at wcprathletics.org. And then finally, for Rhythm and Spirit this summer, they are doing a series of fall open houses to get ready to launch their full-scale fall program, which is coming up the middle of August. This has been a wonderful opportunity for people to kind of learn about Rhythm and Spirit. It's still a fairly new program, but our open houses are great ways where people can find out about the fall program that'll be starting in mid-August, find out more about the classes themselves, and then meet our program coordinators, Jen Barnes and Christy McDonald, who, if you don't have the fire about cheer, dance, or tumbling, when you meet with these 2 ladies, you will.
Yeah, absolutely. And another great thing is you'll be able to come see the room too. All the open houses they take place in our dance studios. And it's, not a traditional dance studio because it is in a rec center. It's not a privately owned location. However, we have really made an effort to make it feel as if you're in a dance studio. So you do get the good hardwood floors. You get, some of the other dance things that go along with it. So it's a great opportunity to come out, take a look around, ask any kind of questions, meet the individuals, who are responsible for just putting this program on, who just have an absolute passion for, cheer, dance, and tumbling.
And we have 2 open houses left this summer, Saturday, July the 27th and August the 3rd. Open houses will be at the Franklin Recreation Complex as well as the Longview Recreation Center at Spring Hill inside the dance studios. They're from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. We'd love you to stop by to find out more about this great program. And again, you can register for the fall program while you're there, so go ahead and reserve your slot. Rhythm and Spirit really is kind of taking off in the community, and I can see this in a couple years being one of those programs that constantly fills up every single time. So get involved early and really have an opportunity to enjoy this program.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's talk about one more thing here for our summer youth sports programs, and that is our youth tennis tournament of the summer, the Little Harpeth Junior Slam. It's a youth tennis tournament for boys and girls competing in 12s to 18s in singles and doubles. It's the first weekend in August. It's August 2nd through the 4th. Tell us a little bit about this event.
This is an event that has been going on for quite a few years now, and it draws people from all over, mostly the state, but there are people that come from out of state just to want to be able to come and compete. And there's not very many junior tournaments that are left out there. So the fact that we can continue to operate means we have great facilities and great staff who are, do a good job putting this whole event together.
Well, and you do make a good point. It is a USTA sanctioned tournament, and because of that, we do get a good draw of people from around the region that come to participate in this tournament, and it's a wonderful opportunity for kids to get some actual tournament experience because, like you said, there are fewer and fewer youth tournaments that are offered. And again, I think you're right. I think we can contribute that, one, without sounding too proud, to our wonderful staff. Mike Martin and Anne Marie Flynn do a fantastic job with this program. Their reputations alone carry it, without considering the quality of the program itself. And then our facilities play into that as well. We are very fortunate and privileged that we have some great amenities within the county that are both county-owned as well as city-owned. Our friends at Brentwood City Parks and Franklin City Parks, who allow us to use Crockett Park and some other facilities, really help administer to the success of these tournaments as well.
Absolutely.
And again, that is coming up the first weekend in August. You can go ahead and register online now at www.usta.com, keyword Little Harpeth, or for more information, you can contact our tennis staff, Mike Martin or Anne Marie Flynn, at 615-370-3471. And while we are on the topic of tennis, let's go ahead and talk about probably 2 of the most important tennis dates on the calendar for our adult tennis participants. Get that out here one way or another. And those are our winter lottery dates.
Yes.
There are 2 very special dates coming up in July and in August where we will have winter lotteries. The first is for our winter contract lottery, which gives Williamson County residents an opportunity to reserve a block of court time throughout our winter season, which usually runs late October through March. And then the second is our Winter Tennis League lottery, where, again, Williamson County residents have the opportunity to pre-register for our winter tennis leagues. And because we, unfortunately, but thankfully, only have 5 indoor tennis courts, time on those courts is at a premium, which is, again, the reason why we have these lotteries. But they kind of are like Black Friday in my mind.
Yeah.
People
Absolutely.
register early for these, and on the lottery day, they show up bright and early and just patiently and rapidly wait for their turn. Like, please call my number. Please call my number. I want my contract time. I want my league time.
And I tell you,
call my number.
as soon as we call out their number, you would have thought they just really won the lottery because of the excitement levels. They just, they just think that they won the lottery because they get to get their indoor court time. It's unfortunate that we have to do it this way. But what it does is it makes it fair for everybody because it is just at random.
Well, because it is chance, so it's an even playing field for anyone who would want to participate. The Winter Tennis Contract Lottery is going to be held Saturday, July the 27th at 9 a.m. at the Franklin Recreation Complex. Pre-registration is required the week prior from July 22nd through the 26th at the Indoor Sports Complex in Brentwood. Our Winter Tennis League Lottery will be Saturday, August the 24th at 9 a.m. again at the Franklin Recreation Complex. And pre-registration will also be the week prior, August 19th through the 23rd, again at the Indoor Sports Complex. We need to take a quick break. Y'all stay tuned. When we come back, we'll be talking more about upcoming athletic programs with the Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department. Welcome back to It's About You. We're talking today about summer and fall athletic programs with the Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department. And Amber, before we left, we were talking about our summer tennis lottery dates. Just trying to think about how I want to phrase this and just how important those are for people who want to participate in our fall and winter programs. And I know it sounds funny to be saying that in July, but it really is very, very true. And you guys are actually working on a lot of your fall programming right now. And when people may not think July and fall sports, a lot of administrative work goes into being able to produce these leagues and these tournaments and these programs. And so, you know, we have to have our time to be able to put them all together after registration's over to facilitate them.
Right.
So that's kind of how our calendars end up crossing, you know, at some point. But you guys are very busy right now planning for a lot of different fall activities. We'll start again with the kids and start talking about youth sports. You know, just within the last 5 or 6 years, our youth programs have taken off. You know, prior to that point, the majority of what we did was adult-based. We always had a certain number of youth programs, but by no means have those exponentially grown over the past couple of years, and are getting a tremendous following in the community, which is great. Let's start off talking about one of the really popular programs in this area. That's our Franklin Youth Basketball Program. A lot of people who might have lived in the area for several years might remember it as the Optimist program, but several years ago, Williamson County Parks and Recreation did come in and take over the administration of this program, and have really seen a great deal of success with this program and the impact that it has on the community. Tell us a little bit about this youth basketball program and kind of who it's for and who participates.
You know, the great thing about our youth basketball program is for just about everybody. We start at age 5 and we go all the way up till age 17, and it's for both boys and girls. They each have their own division. The only age group that is not separated out by gender is going to be our 5 and 6-year-old. It is a co-ed league. But I tell you, we are getting more and more girls that are participating in that particular 5 and 6-year-old age group. So, you know, when we first started, it was only about 1 to 2 girls on a team. Now there's about 4 to 5 girls. It's about 50-50 split, which is, you know, just great, making, you know, more sports available for the girls and making it, you know, more user-friendly for them too.
Well, in about 2 more years, I know who you can count on to be in it. As we were driving to school today, my daughter, who's not even 2 yet, decides basketball. And sure enough, we're driving past a house with a basketball goal in the driveway. And I was like, I did not even know that she knew that.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, baby, that's basketball goal.
Yeah.
Let's play some sports.
Yes, yes. And, you know, and that's the thing that we want to do is just get the kids exposed to it. You know, we never used to really do anything for children right around that 5-year-old age group. But we have started adding more and more programs, just getting them active and getting them out there and exposing them to it. They can figure out if they like it. If they don't like it, they can try something else. So this is a great way. It is a little bit helter-skelter for the younger age groups, but as you advance...
But everything is for the younger age groups. Life in general is
absolutely
for the younger age groups.
As you advance, the games do get a little bit more competitive, but it's still great for beginners because we do have rules set in there where it requires them to play at least half of the game. So your child's going to get to play. And the fees are still fairly reasonable as well.
They always are. That's one of the things I'm always so proud of when I talk about this department is when we talk about our participation fees and just how nominal they are compared to the experience. And we do everything that we can through the department to always make them economical and affordable for families. We're just kind of going through some of the specifics here for the youth basketball program. Like we said, it is for children ages 5 to 17. Registration begins August the 19th and will run through October the 11th. Registration forms will be available on our athletics website at wcprathletics.org and can be mailed into the indoor sports complex in Brentwood at 920 Heritage Way. On-site registrations will be held at the Franklin Recreation Complex this fall, September the 28th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., October 1st from 5 to 8 p.m., October 3rd also from 5 to 8 p.m., October 5th again from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and October the 11th from 5 to 8 p.m. Our draft will be October 17th and 18th at Academy Park in Franklin. Practices begin November 7th and games start December 7th. Cost for the program is $55 per participant plus a uniform fee. So in a nutshell, that is the fall youth basketball program. Another great fall program, and it's kind of what we talked about a little bit with our summer program, is the Tiny Tots soccer program. So while we have a camp in the summer, we're going to be doing the full program again in the fall, again for children ages 3 to 6. And like you were talking about with the youth basketball program, just another opportunity to get young kids exposed to sports and physical activity and play.
Right.
We have a 6-week clinic that'll run Wednesday, September the 11th through October 23rd at the indoor arena at Crockett Park in Brentwood. 3 to 4-year-olds will be from 3 to 4 p.m. and 5 to 6-year-olds will be from 4 to 5 p.m. Cost for this program is also only $35, and each participant is required to bring a size 3 soccer ball and a water bottle to each session. One of the other things that we've done that I think has been great so far in the past couple years is we've expanded some of the youth athletic programs we offer to high school students.
Right.
Up until a few years ago, there was a time when youth sports really didn't exceed past middle school. And for some of those older kids, unless you made a high school team or something like that, your sport opportunities kind of dwindled.
Right.
But with the youth basketball program and also with our high school volleyball program, we're still able to offer youth sports to older youth participants.
Right. And the volleyball program it's really all about getting out there and having fun. It's for the kids who are not interested in playing for their school. They just want to go and play volleyball. A lot of the kids are honor students where they have academic requirements and restrictions that are keeping them from doing maybe some of the more traditional sports through the school just because they're focusing on their academics instead of athletics. But it's a program that we started about 3 years ago as an extension to our youth volleyball program because there was such a need for it. Once the kids got to 8th grade, they didn't really have anywhere else to go. So we designed this as more of like an open play type program where there aren't any coaches. They basically will just show up and they'll have a little practice before their games and they'll play. So they basically only have about an hour and a half commitment each week, and it's only on one night, Thursday nights at Academy Park. So that kind of makes it nice for the individuals who are still wanting to focus on their academics.
And like you said, just gives them another opportunity to continue something that they probably love doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we have a registration going on for this program now. Our registration deadline is August the 19th. The cost for the program is $55. There'll be an informational meeting August the 22nd, and the league starts that night as well. And again, it is on a Thursday night at Academy Park. For more information on this league, you again can visit our athletics website at wcprathletics.org. Or for more information on any of these youth sport opportunities, you can contact our youth sports coordinator, Jen Barnes, at 615-370-3471, extension 2117.
Correct.
There we go. Also need to talk about adult sports. I mean, adult sports is what we are so well known for in the county, and there are tremendous amounts of opportunity for adults to stay active and involved in sports through our programs. Just to highlight a few of them real quickly, we have fall adult co-ed soccer leagues that we play indoors at the indoor arena at Crockett Park. They'll be doing registrations starting July the 8th. League will start July the 28th. Only 8 teams are allowed, so anyone who is interested will be sure to register early. Cost is $465 per team. We also have fall adult flag football leagues that we're going to be doing at the indoor arena at Crockett Park, as well as the Franklin Soccer Arena off of Downs Boulevard. Registration for those is going on now, and you can register by visiting the indoor sports complex in Brentwood to get signed up for those. One of our really more popular adult league programs is our adult basketball league.
Right.
It's been around for years, but people love it, and we constantly have a tremendous amount of success with this program. They are getting ready to start registration for their fall and winter sessions as well. Give us a quick kind of recap of what's going on with this program right now.
Well, you know, we kind of set it up. Chris has done a great job of differentiating all the different, not different age groups, but different levels of play. So we are going to offer a Division I, a Division II. They do have a church league. They do have a 35 and over league where you have to be at least 35 years old to play in that league. So it's kind of a great way to get a variety of different types of skill levels.
Right. Skill levels.
And, you know, like you said, it is one of our most popular events or adult sports that we do, and it'll take place at Academy Park in the evening times, usually in the range of games are from 6 until 9 p.m.
So it works in well for that after-work schedule.
Absolutely.
Registration for this program will be going on August 1st through September the 20th. Play begins mid-October. And then we also have our ever-popular adult volleyball leagues at the Franklin Recreation Complex. We'll be offering 2 indoor leagues this fall, a Thursday night co-ed sixes league, as well as a Sunday afternoon women's quad league. Registration begins at September, and games will start the 1st of October. And then lastly, before we go, we do want to talk about our tennis program. It's kind of the bread and butter of our athletics division. Our tennis program has always been very popular, and we're fortunate enough now that we can operate a year-round program on indoor and outdoor courts throughout the county. We offer year-round clinics, leagues, private instruction. Those are always available. And we do have one last tournament scheduled for adults this fall as well. It's the Natchez Trace Hard Court Championships. It'll be held September 20th through the 22nd. It is a USTA sanctioned event, and you can register online at www.usta.com. And then real quickly, we just have 2 minutes left, but I know one thing that we wanted to talk about before we went today were one of our newer ongoing programs. We have been very fortunate over the past couple years to be able to add fencing to our list of programs, and I know that's something that people might not be very familiar with or even think about in the area, but I know it's a great program for us to offer, and it's a wonderful opportunity for people to learn a new sport.
Absolutely. Doug Harris is the instructor, and he does a great job giving everybody the skills, and it's for children and adults, so it's kind of a good way to get everybody exposed to fencing if you're interested.
Wonderful. And for people who would like more information about the fencing program, they can contact our instructor, Doug Harris, at 525-9610. Well, Amber, we seem to have done it again. We have run through this whole show, and I feel like we've barely skimmed the level of all the great stuff that you guys are going to be offering this fall. But we do want to remind you that more information is always available from our website. You can visit our athletics department at www.wcprathletics.org. And in closing today, I want to remind you all that we are continually looking for qualified sports officials to help us officiate our sports programs. We are looking for self-motivated motivated, sports-oriented adults with 2 to 3 years of experience. These are part-time positions working up to 30 hours a week, mostly nights and weekends, officiating local youth and adult games. The most immediate need right now would be for slow and fast-pitch softball umpires, but we also need officials for basketball, volleyball, and flag football. For more information, you can contact Chris Gravely or Gary Stanley at 370-3471. Again, y'all, we want to thank you for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you next time. And until then, remember, Williamson County, it's all about you.
Already, so they have themselves to look for summer fun for you guys to enjoy. For our last show,
What the? What? I should have thrown you away? Okay, I'm sorry.